KW Music has asked, how was Bob Backlund to work with? What was the first... I know you're not great with years, I know you said that, but was this sort of later Bob or earlier Bob when you wrestled him?
Probably middle Bob.
Middle Bob.
Probably. He was good. Bob was a good guy. He was. I'll tell you about strong. Bob was one of the strongest guys I ever got in the ring with. I mean, he lifted me up with one arm,
No, oh, so you did
shoulder shoulder,
from the
shoulder
floor.
height
Oh,
from an arm bar on his leg, a scissors hole, and I was amazed. But Bob was a good guy. I think he was misunderstood, and I think that his interviews weren't really that good as a babyface. Better as a heel. I think that they probably should have changed Bob heel years before that. But good worker. Uh, Stuff that you could do was believable. Uh, he was one of the guys that he was sort of like, as long as you're in his ear and telling him what to do, he would follow. Uh, Sometimes, if not only him, a lot of baby faces. Sometimes, if there's a pause in the action, they'll want to do something. So you have to keep on his ear and keep telling him this stuff, blah 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 blah. So, but I had good matches, I thought, with Bob, and I enjoyed working with him.
I used to do a podcast with Don Morocco, and he said that Bob got him with the one arm lift up and then slammed him
Oh
down
my
again.
God. Yeah, it's amazing,
Mm.
amazing strength. And Don's not a small guy either.
Well, that was the other thing that Don said, is that when he ended up slamming him down, Don never got back up, and then Bob sort of whispered in his ear, "What's wrong?" And Don said, "Bob, you just landed on my balls."
Now that might wake you up. Yeah.
Yeah, they did some mat wrestling for a few minutes after that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know, I want to pick up on something you said before then. So, as someone who's done some booking in the past, how would you have best engineered a Bob Backlund turn to the dark side, as it were? And would you have taken the WWF title off him to do it?
Probably. I'd have probably taken the title off of him and made him go berserk and attack the guy. But it would have been a half-ass babyface match, like a Tito Santana or an upcoming Rick Martel or somebody that the fans were behind, and he sort of snuck in and won the title, and then Backlund go berserk and turn into Crazy Bob and attack him, and then go back after his belt that was stolen from him that he should have never lost in the first time.
Did you realize that Bob was crazy when he was,
Not till recently. Not till recently.
Well, you never would have known he had it in him then, with the bow tie and all that kind of thing.
No.
Uh,
He's got some. You hear people sometimes out of left field. Well, sometimes Bob's on the other side of the fence, not way out past left field.
he's in a different field.
Yes, different field. He's in the practice field.
Mark Chapin has asked, I heard somewhere that Bill was considered as the masked superstar to be the one to beat Bob Backlund for the WWF title, but someone, maybe Bob himself, said such a short reign would not be in the best interest of Bill's career. Was this true? Thanks, James.
The story that I got was that I didn't have the amateur background. Therefore, someone who had an amateur background had to beat him.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it is professional wrestling. It's not amateur wrestling. So that's what I was told. But that was brought up, yes, by Vince Sr. And then it was told that the individual that was involved in it didn't want to lose to somebody who didn't have an amateur background.
Hmm.
So thus enters the Sheik.
Well, I know this isn't Bob losing, but I mean, superstar Billy Graham didn't really have an amateur background, I don't think. Hulk Hogan didn't have much of an amateur background, I don't think. Huh.
Nope, nope. But
Interesting.
there again, I wasn't the champion, so I didn't make the rules.